Tell me 3 mistakes that business owners make when recruiting or building a sales team.
The first mistake people make with the sales team is just hiring someone and thinking that it's going to solve all their problems. If you don't have a good offer, if you don't have a good product, if you don't have a good outcome that you're taking your clients to, or a good deal, or a good way of serving people, a salesperson's never going to solve that. A magic sales system isn't going to solve that. More leads isn't going to solve it. Ultimately, it's probably going to be more frustration because, when you bring more people onto your team, it's just added complexity. And so make sure that before bringing on a salesperson, you actually have a marketing message that converts, because so many people build out these marketing assets like websites, funnels, social media content, driving people to opt in to a specific thing, but they build and waste all that time on building that thing before they know if people are ever even going to opt into it and convert on it. And so my perspective is, you yourself get your first deals. Record every single step that you've taken with every single person that you've spoken with, from the point of contact all the way through to the close or no close. Record the call and analyze that call. I like to turn everything into frameworks. There's a framework for everything. So there's a framework for getting the call booked. There's a framework even before that of finding the lead. Then once you've had the sales call, there's a framework on the call. And then you can look, okay, the ones that were successful versus the ones that weren't, what ended up converting them? And if no one's converting, it's probably because your offer sucks. So I would say have at least 20 sales calls that you've been through this process with. Yeah, it might be a lot of effort, but it's gonna be worth it. So that's the first thing. Second thing, I think, once you actually have a salesperson that you've hired is, well, you could hire someone that's not hungry, okay? So you obviously really need to make sure that you hire someone that's hungry, that wants to make a lot of money, but probably even more importantly than that is aligned to your values. Because if they're aligned to your values and your company's values, then they're gonna enroll and sign the right clients at the right price point at the right time. Because again, the perfect client can come through the door, but if they only have 5,000 left and your offering is 5,000, and they're gonna be left with like no money, then even if you're pretty sure you can get them the results in like the first couple of weeks, it's kind of unethical to sell them at that point, right? So you could then make sure that your team have an ethical understanding to perhaps, okay, give them a payment plan that would work for them. Or take half of the money now and then half of the money once they got the result. Make it work with them. But again, that has to be in alignment with your values, because if you're someone who just cares about money, right, then if you have someone who is a bit too much of a softie on the other hand, then you're gonna end up resenting them and getting frustrated. So it really comes down to that values alignment. And yeah, the third thing is just the daily training. Daily training is so important. And so really just start the call or the start of the meeting, testimonial, just read out a client win, make sure that everyone goes around the room and if they can share a quick client win that they've seen as well. Second thing is going into role plays from situations that they've had in the past 24 hours on their calls, and then how to overcome those objections or situations that have popped up on that call. And then on the back end of that, just talking about a particular maybe concern that they have about how they can have a call that's, they have a sales call coming up. Okay, I've got this lead, her name's Lucy. In her application, it says that she needs to speak to her partner, but she's refusing to get her partner on the call. What the hell do I do? Right? And so then just overcome that problem. So it's a really simple 3-part process. Testimonial sections like 2 minutes. Then from there, you can go into the role plays for 10 minutes, and then on the back end, another 5 minutes. Doesn't need to be long. Do that every day, and then they're gonna become laser sharp. But also as well, they need a bit of one-on-one. I would say just making sure that if they're taking 20 sales calls a week, as an example, you're reviewing at least 3 of them so that you can hold them accountable. And if they aren't hitting their numbers, just don't keep them. Because if you actually allow people to stay in your company who aren't hitting the goals that you've set and the targets, then you're basically saying that we're a company that accepts mediocrity. And if you want to scale, then having that culture is not cool, because believe it or not, people talk to each other, right? And so if someone new comes in and they get on a call with the person that's been there for a while, and the person that's new is like, oh, I'm really worried that I can't hit these numbers, and the person that's been there for ages is like, oh, don't worry, Lauren doesn't care about it, you'll be fine, then they're gonna slack from day one. You don't want that. So those are the 3 things that I would say. And really it just comes down to, honestly, I just can't say this enough, like people could really sell so much more if they had something that actually works. Really.